Ladies and gentlemen, Tempest Rising, the upcoming RTS game of Slipgate Ironworks, has a new demo featuring one mission for the Global Defense Forces and the Tempest Dynasty respectively. I played them both twice to get a decent idea of what's going on here, so let's start at the beginning. Tempest Rising is very clearly a spiritual successor to Command & Conquer, but certainly aims to stand on its own legs. It has an alternate universe setting where the Cold War turned into a nuclear war, the aftermath of which caused the plant-like Tempest to grow all around irradiated areas. Tempest Juice happens to act as an incredibly strong power source, and so controlling it is of great importance. We're also told not to put Tempest in our mouths.
Before research was suspended, prior evidence indicates that no part of the Tempest formation is edible.
Well, that's a shame. The game plays like a smooth, modern RTS with responsive units and has pretty good controls and UI, though it certainly is a struggle managing multiple building queues as you have to input them one building at a time. Plenty of time to fix that though, as a release date was not yet announced. The factions are quite asymmetric, with different unit rosters, buildings, and base building styles. For example, the GDF is pretty vanilla with how they handle their energy infrastructure. Just slap down some reactors. The Tempest Dynasty, however, can overcharge their reactors, boosting the output of nearby production buildings. This will damage them, so at some point you'll have to repair them, which then costs you. There's also some differences with how resources are gathered and stored. The Tempest Dynasty uses their mobile Tempest rigs, which deploy automated harvesters and increase your storage capacity. The GDF, however, can build harvesters directly from their vehicle bay and also receive a free one whenever they build a refinery. To expand storage, both factions can build silos. On the unit side of things, the GDF Riot Van has an AoE stun ability that affects nearby infantry. You can follow up such a stun by unloading the infantry you are transporting, as outside the vehicle they will deal more damage. The combo makes for a quick and easy cleanup. The ability, however, requires the intel resource, which you can generate by killing marked targets. Several weapons can mark enemies, and then other units, such as the Hunter Tank, can exploit this by gaining more damage and range against such marked targets. I personally love unit interplay like this, as it rewards utilizing unit synergies over just building a large army that behaves as a ball of stats. The vehicles of the Tempest Dynasty offer shielding against Tempest fields, whereas their GDF counterparts get electrocuted and damaged there over time. So Tempest Dynasty players get to drive one of these fields and enjoy a bit of an advantage while fighting there, and make chasing them costly. The campaign missions themselves are quite basic but fun. Gather resources, build up your forces, survive against waves of attacks, take care of some minor optional objectives like taking control of the salvage van, which will repair your vehicles going forward. Nothing too crazy here, but the core gameplay is fun, so that can definitely carry these early missions. I definitely had a good time running over the AI's infantry with my tanks. Before jumping into missions, you get some cinematics and conversational briefings which serve as exposition. They're skippable if you don't care for them, but they are high quality and feature good voice actors. The soundtrack is quite fun as well and definitely adds to the mood. That's what I've had running in the background of this video. The last systems I want to mention are the Doctrines and the Armory. These are sets of progression rewards in the campaign, acting as all sorts of buffs to your unit and structures. This almost completely replaces upgrades you can research in structures, focusing mostly on specific units as opposed to acting as global upgrades in stages. Gain more capacity for these upgrades as you progress through the campaign, though the doctrines are available in multiplayer as well, based on dev comments. Anyway, you get to pretty much mix and match, making for some fun customization. Perhaps my favorite set of effects from the demo is the GDF Intel Doctrine, where the first level awards you 1 unit of intel when a mark expires on a unit before it dies. This means that whether you kill the marked target or not, you get intel nevertheless. Then the second level increases all laser weapon damages by 20% and causes lasers to mark enemies. Then you add the laser drones upgrade in the armory, which causes your drone operators to use drones with lasers. Then you combine these units with the Hunter tanks, and you got a hell of a Volvo combo. Though borrowing units from the Dynasty's unit roster is pretty cool too. All things considered, I'm happy with what I've played. There is one thing I would really like to see, it's significantly reduced army clumping and unit overlapping. All these units being literally inside each other as they fight sure looks bad, but it also is a serious issue when facing splash damage. While you're supposed to manually spread them out, that's very difficult to do when you can't easily select individual units in the 3D space. At some point, Tempest Rising will be released, and I'll be looking forward to covering some multiplayer. To stay up to date with that, feel free to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.